What up, YouTube? What's up? What's up? Yes, I'm still pregnant. Sucks. Anyway, in today's video, I'm gonna tell you guys the story of how my mom found out I was pregnant 3 times with BJ, Braden, and Israel. Let's get started. I don't know why I just took my glasses off knowing I can't see crap. So let me go ahead and put them back on. Sometimes my glasses just bother me so much. Like, I don't know. Maybe I should get contacts. Not sure. But anyway, story number 1 of how she found out I was pregnant with Mr. BJ. So for the longest, I was pretty much hiding it because I was terrified to tell my mom that I was pregnant. Plus, I was only 15. So yeah, I was terrified. So basically what I did was hide it. Like, I wore big shirts, I sucked my stomach in, I always stayed in my room all the time because I just didn't want to be seen. I was just freaking horrified, okay, if that's even a word or even if I using this sentence correctly. Like, also, she wasn't around a lot because she was always working, so that also played a role in it because she really wasn't there all the time. And plus, this was in the summer, so yeah, she was always working and I was at home, always in my room, always wearing big shirts, just kind of hid away from her until like one day she was like, "Are you pregnant?" And I was like, "No." She's like, "Come here, let me touch your stomach." So I'm like, "Okay." So she touched my stomach. She was like, "Why does it feel hard?" And I'm like, "I don't know." And she's like, "Okay, I'm gonna go to the store and get you a pregnancy test." Oh shit. Like, I was scared, like, she gonna find out. So she went to the store to get one, and she was like, "I'm gonna sit in the bathroom with you and watch you take it." So I'm like, "Oh, you wanna sit in here with me while I'm taking it? Are you sure?" So anyway, she gave me the test, and what I did was I dipped the test in the toilet water first, and then I peed. Like, I dipped the test in the toilet water, then I held the test up a little bit, then I peed. Then I took the test out, gave it to her, said negative. So then she gave me another test and was like, "Take this one." So I did the same thing and said negative. She was like, "I'm going to take you to the doctor." And I'm like, like, the doctor's definitely gonna be like, "Yeah, she is, because you can't fake those tests." So she took me to the doctor that we always go to, and they were like, "You have to go in the bathroom and take, a pee test, like a urine sample. Actually, she said leave a urine sample." And I was like, "Okay." So I peed in the cup, I left the urine sample, and I was never with my mom just sitting there. She was like, "You better not be pregnant. You better hope you're not pregnant. You better hope that test come back negative." And in my head, I'm just like, them tests not gonna come back negative. Fuck. It's not gonna come back negative. So he comes back in the room and he says, "So before I tell these results, do you have anything you want to say? Like, do you think you're pregnant?" I said no. He said, "Are you sure?" I'm like, "Yeah." So he's like, "Okay, you're pregnant." And I was just like, eh. And my mom was so peed off. Like, she was like, "What?" And he was like, "Yeah, you're about 7 months." And she was like, "What the?" She was so pissed off. And when we got in the car, she was like, "Give me your phone." She took my phone and she threw it, and she was just so mad at me. And I was just like, eh. Then when we were like 2 days later, she kind of like lightened up and got over it and was like, "Okay, we need to make you a doctor's appointment blah blah blah, so you can start getting seen by the doctor so you can get some prenatal care. Because remind you, I'm 15. I'm not even really too sure that I didn't know anything, you know. So I started having my doctor checkups and everything, and by the time I got to the doctor, I was like 8 months. Because when he did the test, he would just I don't know how he did it, but he was basing it off my urine. I don't know how he did it, but he was basing it off of that, I guess. And he told my mom I was about 7 months. And by the time I was at the doctor and they did the ultrasound, they were like, yeah, you're about 8 months along. And my mom was like, what the? Like, she was pissed. And so the doctor told me the sex of the baby was a boy, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. Well, that's pretty much how my mom found out. I'm not going to add in his dad or his dad's mom because this is just about how my mom found out. Alrighty, story number 2 of how she found out with Brayden. So with Brayden, she found out when I was about 6 months along, because also I couldn't really hide that one because, one, if you have a first baby, you show very fucking soon with the second one. So that sucks, because with BJ also I didn't show till I was really almost 8 months pregnant. So with Brayden, I was spending the night at my baby daddy's house, and I woke up in the middle of the night because I was having so much pain. Like, I could not feel the right side of my body. It was painful. I hurt to walk, everything. So by the time I went to the hospital, she was like, are you bleeding, blah blah. And I was spotted and stuff, so I'm thinking like, oh my god, like the baby's coming, it's time, what the heck. Like, I really didn't even know how far along I was at that time yet. So she got me upstairs in the ER and everything, and my baby daddy's mom was like, Jessica, I have to call your mom and I have to tell her because you're underage, number 1, and number 2, she needs to know. And that time I was 17, so she was like, she needs to know. So she called my mom. I was peed off. She came to the hospital and was like, I can't believe you did this again, blah blah. She was just so mad at me. But turns out when I was at the hospital, I wasn't having him. I only had a UTI, so boom. Then my mom again found a prenatal doctor. I got seen by him. I was 6 months along. At my 6 months appointment, they also told me the sex of the baby, which was another boy. Yeah, that's just how she found out with Brayden. She was pissed at me again, but what mother wouldn't be pissed off? This is story number 3 with Israel. With Israel, I kind of told her, but I kind of didn't, but she kind of knew. But basically, she found out when I was about 6 weeks along with Israel, because I couldn't hide it. This is my 3rd baby. I couldn't hide it, and yeah. She just was like, you haven't had your period in a while. I can tell. And she was like, pretty much saying, you're pregnant. And she just said it. She's like, I know you're pregnant. And I didn't deny it. And she got mad at me, but she was like, you know what, you're 18, really can't do anything, can't say anything to you. This is your life. You want to do that, you want to have all these kids, that's on you. So with Israel, I pretty much had to do everything myself. I was working at the time, so I had to get myself insurance. I had to do all this other stuff with him. I had to find my own prenatal doctor. I had to do everything by myself. I was mad with Israel, but she wasn't as mad as with the other pregnancies. So it's kind of different here. Now we're waiting for Mr. Israel to make his arrival sometime soon. Will be perfect. Anyway, bye guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Subscribe, thumbs it up, share it. Subscribe, okay? Bye. I forgot to say this earlier in the video, but guys, make sure you tell your moms and your dads that you're pregnant. Don't hide it. Make sure you just tell your parents, okay? And mom, I'm sorry for not telling you and hiding it from you. I'm so sorry. I did that like twice and almost 3 times, but kind of 3 times, but no, but sorry.